So I gave in and I got Bound for Glory, BFG, and I was watching it. And it's been a while since I've watched TNA. And I gotta say, Motor City Machine Guns, awesome. Totally awesome. Especially with the orange and blue. Totally awesome. That match was great. But here's my problem with TNA. Ever since Hulk Hogan came in, he's been ruining it. He's been pushing the old WWF rejects, the WWE guys that Vince doesn't want. He's been pushing his old WCW buddies. He's been pushing Sting and Kevin Nash and Jeff Jarrett. Have been all over the place. Isn't it time for these guys to retire? Isn't it time for them to get out? RVD, it's time for him to go. Jeff Hardy. Nobody wants to see Jeff Hardy. Okay, everybody wants to see Jeff Hardy. I don't want to see Jeff Hardy. He's a fucking druggy pothead. He's got oxycodones and pot and heroin and cocaine and whatever the hell else he has. He's a druggie. He paints his face up like a freak. He's not. He doesn't impress me. And for months and months and months, they've been talking about they. They are coming. They are coming. On 10/10/10, they will be here. They are coming. And who are they? A bunch of guys that can't fucking wrestle. Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, Jeff Jarrett, Abyss, Jeff Hardy. You got Jeff Hardy and Abyss who actively wrestle. And you got Hulk Hogan who comes out in crutches. Crutches because of a fucking back surgery. You got Eric Bischoff who can't wrestle. He can't wrestle. He's not a fucking wrestler. Eric Bischoff is not a wrestler. You got Jeff Jarrett, who shouldn't be in the game anymore, who only made TNA just so he could finally have a title, so he could finally hold some gold, because he's not that good. I like him better than I like Sting, but he's not that good. And then you've got Abyss. Abyss, who isn't... He's like Kane and Mankind mashed together in one. I'm not impressed with Abyss. I'm not impressed with Abyss at all. He's as big as Kane, and he looks like Mankind. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. And then you got Jeff Hardy, who doesn't impress me at all. I've never liked either of the Hardys. I like Matt Hardy more than I like Jeff Hardy. And I fucking hate Matt Hardy. Because he has, I don't like the Hardys at all. They are just a waste. They are coming. They are here. They are queer. They are a waste. They are useless. You got guys that can't wrestle, and guys that can wrestle that nobody really likes. I don't know what's going on with TNA. TNA wants to try and compete with WWE, but they can't. Because they're just doing the same thing that WCW was doing. Even Chris Jericho in his DVD said WCW couldn't compete with WWE's main events. The thing that gave WCW ratings were these guys, the cruiserweights, the mid-carders, the lower guys, the smaller guys. These were the guys that gave WCW the ratings. And that's what TNA needs to realize. That the fucking lower guys are the ratings, the tag teams, the women's division, the knockouts. They were actually good. The tag teams are actually good. The smaller guys, AJ Styles and Fortune, they're actually good. Sting, Kevin Nash, Jeff Jarrett, Rhino, EV 2.0, the ECW guys, they're no good. They're old. They're stale. Get rid of them. Get them the fuck out. Sure, you need some big names to draw in the fans, but you don't need them to be main eventing. Use them as the mid card guys to draw in the new fans, and then wow them with AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels and Kaz and fucking Beer Money and the Motor City Machine Guns. What is Hulk Hogan doing? Hulk Hogan doesn't know what he's doing. Hulk Hogan's got the money to help TNA. He's got the experience. He's got the name. And Bischoff, they got the name and the money and the experience to help TNA. But they're only helping their friends. They're only using their friends and helping their friends. They're using TNA as their own little game, just like they did with the end of WCW. When WCW came to a crashing halt, it's because Eazy-E, Eric Bischoff, was using it as his own personal piggy bank, his own personal game. And that's what they're doing with TNA. They're using it as their own game. They had everyone's attention, but now that they is Hogan and Bischoff and Jeff Jarrett, everyone's pissed. Everyone was booing them, not because they're heels, not because they're bad guys, but because they felt gypped, because they felt screwed, because they were insulted that they waited so long for they, and they ended up just being a bunch of jerk-offs. TNA is going to go down the toilet. Dixie Carter doesn't realize this. TNA is going to go down the toilet. They're never going to be able to compete with WWE. They're never going to be able to they're not even going to be able to go to where WCW was. Here's WWE. Here's where WCW was. Here's TNA. Here's TNA, fella. Aye. What's wrong, fella? You can't make it to where WCW was because you're not pushing the right guys. Here's WCW. Here's TNA. Push AJ Styles. Push Beer Money. Push your tag team division. Push your knockouts. Push the smaller guys that matter, that people haven't seen yet. Keep pushing. Here's TNA. Here's where WCW was. Wait. Keep pushing EV2. Keep pushing Jeff Hardy. Keep pushing Anderson and Angle. Keep pushing Nash and Sting and Hogan. Keep pushing Mick Foley. Keep pushing Ric Flair. That's where you're going. You've got something great with Fortune. You know, put the title on Matt Morgan. Put the title on. Give Fortune some gold. TNA just doesn't have it. TNA has Hogan, and they're sinking. They're sinking, fella. Take a chance and put some gold on someone new. Vince took a chance and put some gold on Sheamus, and everyone almost had a heart attack when he pushed Sheamus. That's what you need to do, Hogan. Shock people and put the title on someone new. Everybody in TNA has the talent and the drive and the passion, it seems, to hold gold. Sure, they might not be championship material right now, but even Chris Sabin could be TNA champion, world champion. Chris Sabin is impressive. Put the title on someone new. Put the title on someone fucking new. Forget they. They sucks. They is dead. They is nothing. They is nothing. They is another NWO that you had to put yourself in, didn't you, Hogan? You had to be in the spotlight again, didn't you, Hogan? You couldn't stay out of the fucking spotlight, could you, Hogan? You fucking limelight sucking son of a bitch. Fuck you, Hogan. God.